Good morning, CG. I'm Rice.
And I'm Skylar.
And we have your CGTV broadcast for Friday, March 8th.
Last Friday marked the beginning of Disability Awareness Month. Rohan Oja and Emma Whitey bring you the story about a club working toward helping CG be more inclusive.
This week, Center Grove students and Center Grove Best Buddies have been celebrating inclusion through the Spread the Word initiative. Best Buddies and Spread the Word are organizations dedicated to ending the social, physical, and economic isolation of people with disabilities across the world. Let's take a walk around the school to learn more about the people who are working to make inclusion a priority in their lives. Mrs. Raber, a special services teacher, works with students who have physical and intellectual disabilities. She got to tell us a little bit about how students at CG can be inclusive in different ways that students with disabilities shine their light around the school.
So inclusivity is really important because we want to make sure that as Center Grove has their mission statement of all students get an exceptional education experience, so that word all really should mean all, which means that students that are in life skills or in TAPS, which is across the hall, or in our mild program, that we're all being treated equally and we're all getting that same education experience at their level that is exceptional. The ways that we are inclusive at the high school is we try to do jobs every period with our kids to try to get them out and about and seen. We do mail, we do recycling, we do delivering copies, so you might see them in your classrooms.
One common misconception about having a disability is that students impacted by physical or mental disabilities cannot do the same things other students do. Kimmy Johnson is one student who is proving this stigma wrong. Johnson recently visited Maple Grove Elementary School with her buddy, Emma Whitey, and together the two of them gave a speech about the importance of being inclusive.
The little kids are so cute, and we have fun, and we talk about I'm telling them we're not getting bullied.
And it's not just Kimmy who's making a difference. Tatiana Webster and Stephen Ortiz are two more students who make a positive impact on their peers and explain to us the different ways they show kindness at Center Grove.
Whenever there's a new student, I always help them around in case they don't know where to go. And if someone's looking for another classroom, I would ask them where they're looking for, and I would
see people say say police too, say hi police.
Some of the best ways you can be inclusive can be by giving someone a smile, inviting others to sit with you at lunch, or asking someone their story. Together, let's create a school where everyone is seen, heard, and celebrated for who they are.
Thanks, guys.
Grayson Williams is a competitive powerlifter. Joseph Yankee brings you a story about his sport.
Powerlifting is a strength sport where athletes spend months to prepare for a competition. During the competition, athletes have 3 attempts at 3 different lifts: squat, bench, and deadlift. Junior Grayson Williams spends his afternoons training for his upcoming competition in April. Williams has been powerlifting for about a year now.
What got me into powerlifting, I just wanted to be stronger for baseball back in the day when I did baseball, and once I quit baseball, this just stuck with me, and so I continued to powerlift and compete and just get better all around.
Williams loves competing. He enjoys the feeling of competition, and he strives to constantly better himself.
My favorite thing about powerlifting is probably competing. There's no atmosphere that can be compared to being in a competition, because it's not only you against other people in your weight class and age group, but you're also competing against yourself to constantly get better and better and crush those totals and get more PRs and just become better.
Williams loves the process. He trains for months on end, and when it's finally time to compete, he knows all his hard work will pay off.
It's a different feeling because you gotta think you're in the gym training. It's like practice, and then when it's game time, you've been working for this goal for months on end, and then when you finally get there, you're in a different mindset. You're up against other competition, and you're just trying to be the best you can and just really lock in and get the work done.
Not only does Williams love competing, but he also loves the community surrounding powerlifting.
The community is fantastic, and I love seeing progression throughout the weeks. And even in slow progression, it's still getting work done. And that's what's important to me, is putting in that hard work and just being the best powerlifter I can.
The future of powerlifting for Williams is bright.
The future of powerlifting for me, I'm competing in nationals on April 20th. And after that, hoping I'm going to get a placement, either first or second. And then next year, I'm going to go to nationals again and try to get to Worlds, which would be in somewhere like Romania or Turkey or something like that. And hopefully compete on a bigger stage there and hopefully get a good placement.
Even though powerlifting focuses on the three main lifts, accessories are an underlooked aspect of powerlifting.
Accessories, when it comes to powerlifting, helps strengthen the muscles that are used on the three main lifts. So for squat and deadlift, you're working leg exercises like your hamstrings, your quads, adductors, calves, everything like that. And then for like the upper body movements like dumbbell bench and chest press, you're working for the bench and just trying to get everything strong so that the individual muscles will make the main lifts a bit stronger.
Williams will continue to train as he prepares for his upcoming competition on April 20th.
Thanks, Joseph.
We have a wide variety of musical, extracurricular, and co-curricular activities, one being jazz band. Nearing the end of their season, the jazz band has one final performance called Jazz a la Mode to showcase what they have learned in a side-by-side performance with a few professional musicians. Brandon Tripp brings you the story.
Throughout the first half of the second semester, the Jazz Ensemble has been practicing and preparing for different events over the past couple of months.
The Jazz Ensemble is an opportunity for students to experience jazz, funk, rock music in an ensemble in which they can improvise and just learn those styles.
The ensemble has 3 performances in a year, with one of those being a competition, with a few performances in the Hall of Excellence in the week of an event.
Typical jazz season would be we break out right basically the very beginning of January. As soon as we get back from Christmas break, what we'll do is we'll spend time getting out a few new charts to the students and everything. Sometimes we'll give some of them out prior to Christmas, but the idea about it is for them to listen to jazz, imitate jazz, start finding out some great musicians that they want to copy or to listen to and to emulate.
Though jazz band is a time-consuming activity, every member of the ensemble has a reason they joined.
So my great-grandpa actually had his own jazz bands and stuff that he did with his friends, so I've kind of grown up with it.
There's this senior my freshman year that really wanted me to join, and I was a tenor player, so I joined.
With practices only being twice a week, the students need to find ways to improve their part outside of those practices.
Basically, it's a wicked balance of, okay, how much time do we spend in improvisation, how much time do we spend in style, and how much time do we spend learning the notes. So the strategies that I generally will have is I'll try to deviate and not have spend too much time in one or the other. And that's where it becomes a real big aspect about how they work, that they have to practice.
I listen to all the recordings of the pieces a lot, especially through Spotify or the links that Shasta gives us.
I usually practice with recordings and just try and comp with that with the certain chords and stuff.
Jazz a la Mode is the last event for the Jazz Ensemble, and it gets to showcase what they have been working on throughout the year, along with showcasing a professional ensemble.
So what will happen is they'll start off the night at 7 o'clock, and then we'll end up playing. They'll do a set, we'll do a set, they'll do a set, we'll do a set, and we'll do a piece together.
For every member, there is one moment in the season that is a big highlight.
I think the best thing I love about it is just seeing a student after they've successfully soloed and they're going that felt good.
My favorite part of jazz band is Jazz a la Mode because that's when we really get to display what we've been working on for the whole year to our family and friends in a really different environment.
My favorite part of jazz band are the bus rides home from the competitions because they're so lively and so much fun.
The Jazz Ensemble performs for the final time this season next Wednesday in the band room at 7 p.m.
Thanks, Brandon.
The Community Life Center, or CLC, at Mount Pleasant Christian Church hosts a basketball league, and many people in the community have joined. Cameron Krager, Paul John, and Evan Neiswanger bring you the story.
Many Center Grove students are able to show their passion for Hoosier hysteria by playing in a recreational basketball league at Mount Pleasant Church in their athletic facility called the CLC.
Mainly it's just a church basketball league, a bunch of guys that just want to compete and love to play basketball.
Is a league for guys who aren't that great at basketball and they can't make the team, but they still want to go play in a league. There's some people that just do it for fun. They probably could go play for a team somewhere, but they don't want like the restrictions of being on a team, like an actual high school team.
There are a variety of students who take part in the league, ranging from lacrosse players to golfers. Gale says there are even some similarities to his varsity sport, lacrosse, that can help him on the field, but overall they are still different sports.
I mean, defensively, it's a lot similar. I'm just guarding a guy one-on-one, like situations, 2-on-2, getting screened. You know, there's a few parallels, but it's not sports are completely different.
Although a recreational league, games can get intense since every team is fighting for a playoff spot and eventually for a championship.
Yeah, people get really intense in the game and really want to win, so it gets intense.
And it just depends. Last week I had a game that was pretty intense. We were down 15 at halftime, and we came back and won by 3. So it was pretty intense, you know, getting down to the wire. But most of the time, it's pretty chill. It'd be cool, like, but I probably wouldn't celebrate. Oh yeah, I won the CLC.
The CLC Basketball League has become a staple in the Center Grove community, letting anyone who wants to play basketball come together and hoop. If you are interested in the league, you can check out mpcc.info for more information.
Thanks, guys. Check out trojaneer.com for a photo gallery of more students at the CLC.
The deadline to be eligible to vote for the May 7th primary is April 8th. Anyone who is 18 years old by November 5th, 2024 is eligible to participate. Mr. Hoover teaches government and explains why it's important for students and staff to participate in elections.
Voting is one of the many ways citizens can participate in the American democracy.
The most common form of participation is voting, and so we need an educated population and citizens who are participating in order for our system of government to continue to work.
In Indiana, you can now register to vote online.
So indianavoting.in.gov is the website. We're going to put a QR code up in addition that you can scan and go. Registration is simple and easy, can be done online. You'll need a driver's license or ID card, but it just takes a matter of minutes. So as long as you're going to be 18 by November 5th, you can participate in the upcoming Indiana primary that is May 7th.
Use this QR code to go directly to the online registration site. Again, if you have not registered yet and will be 18 by November 5th, you should register soon.
That's all we have for you today, CG.
Bye.